My billionaire girlfriend finally noticed. Ever since I showed up uninvited to her engagement party with her first love, I, her broke-looking boyfriend, hadn't come around to bother her in 3 months. I wasn't even showing up at work anymore. She casually asked her assistant, "Where's Jiang Zhou? He hasn't been coming in lately?" The assistant looked surprised. "Ms. Shen, you didn't know? Ever since Jiang Zhou got thrown out by security at your engagement party, he's been too embarrassed to show his face. He quit a while ago. And I heard his sister just passed away. Her leg got amputated from an infection. Karma, I guess." Shen Man's face went pale. She never realized, that day at the engagement party, I had actually come to beg for her help for my sister, not to cause a scene. Shen Man was worth billions, 3 years together, and she wouldn't even order me takeout. She returned the anniversary necklace I bought her, called it tacky, but turned right around and rented out an entire luxury yacht for her first love, with fireworks that lasted half the night. My little sister got into a car accident, broke both legs, and needed $200K for surgery. I got down on my knees and begged Shen Man to return the money I'd saved up over the years. She just stood there arm in arm with her first love, looked at me like I was trash, said she wasn't a charity, and had security throw me out into the pouring rain. I watched helplessly as my sister's infection spread, her leg was amputated, and she died in a basement. I walked out alone, carrying her ashes, and accepted an offer from a top-secret National Research Institute. When I came back to grab my files, my girlfriend had just returned from vacation with her first love. She thought I was just throwing a tantrum and tossed me a card like she was doing me a favor. "Cut the act, your sister's not gonna die. Worst case, I'll buy her a wheelchair, let her ride in style." She had no idea. The moment my sister took her last breath, I'd already made up my mind to put her behind bars. The card hit me across the face, the edge cutting my cheek. Shen Man stood there, arms crossed, looking down at me. She'd just gotten back from the Maldives with Gu Xingyuan, still smelling like expensive sunscreen. I didn't even look at the card on the floor. I calmly zipped up my bag. Inside was my personal file I just grabbed from the study. Shen Man kicked the card across the floor. "There's $50K on that card, enough to get your sister a gold-plated wheelchair, lose the dead face, or I swear I'll take it all back." Gu Xingyuan walked out of the bedroom wearing my slippers, holding the clay pot I used to make Shen Man's bird's nest soup. "Manman, don't be so hard on Jiang Zhou. His sister broke her legs. He's going through it. Sure, he lied about needing the money, but you didn't have to call him out like that. He's just trying to stash a little cash on the side." Shen Man let out a cold laugh, her eyes full of contempt. "Stash cash? He eats my food, lives in my place, and bills me for the bus. He doesn't have a dime to his name. If he hadn't been useful around the house these past 3 years, I would have kicked him out a long time ago." I stood there listening to the two of them put on their little show and felt absolutely nothing. My sister was already gone, dead in a leaking basement, burning up with fever from an infected wound. I couldn't even afford a funeral. I had her cremated and put in a cheap urn. "What, you go mute?" Shen Man stepped forward and grabbed me by the collar. "I'm warning you, Xingyuan's staying here for a while. Clear out that storage room of yours now. And since she can't stand the smell of broke, you're scrubbing the floors 3 times a day from now on." I pushed her hand away. My voice came out rough, barely sounding like my own. "I won't need to clear anything out. I'm moving out." Shen Man blinked, then burst out laughing. "Move out? Who are you trying to scare? You've got less than $30 to your name. What are you gonna do, sleep on the street?" "Jiang Zhou, that little act of yours is painfully bad." Gu Xingyuan giggled behind her hand. "Jiang Zhou, don't be so dramatic. Manman's just asking you to pull your weight. You're not seriously running away from home, are you? Who's gonna do the laundry if you leave?" I slung my bag over my shoulder and walked past both of them toward the door. Shen Man snapped. She grabbed a glass off the coffee table and hurled it at my feet. Shards flew up and sliced my leg. "Jiang Zhou, if you walk out that door today, don't you ever come crawling back. I want to see how you and that crippled sister of yours survive without me." I stopped, turned and looked at her. The way you look at a corpse. Didn't say a word. I turned the doorknob. The door slammed shut behind me. Rain poured down, washing the blood off my leg. I didn't look back. I walked straight to the subway. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Director Lee from the National Research Institute. "Did you get the files? Good. Be at the base by 8 a.m. tomorrow. The Skynet project can't wait any longer." I hung up and reached into the side pocket of my bag, felt the cold little box. My sister's ashes. "Big bro, when I get better, I'm gonna wear the prettiest dress." Her voice, so faint, still echoed in my ears. I shut my eyes and forced back the tears. "Shen Man, Gu Xingyuan, you owe my sister her life, and you're going to spend the rest of yours paying it back." Meanwhile, at Shen Group's penthouse, Shen Man sat on the couch fuming. Who does he think he is? Like I actually need him? Gu Xingyuan held up a glass of red wine and gently offered it to her. "Man, relax. It's not worth getting worked up over. Jiang Zhou's just stubborn. Give him 2 days out there with no food and he'll come crawling back on his own." Shen Man scoffed and knocked back the wine in one gulp. 2 days? He's asking for it. Call the bank right now and cancel that card of his. Let's see how he buys bread with absolutely nothing. A flicker of satisfaction crossed Gu Xingyuan's eyes, though she kept up her little act of concern. Is that really okay, though? What if his sister actually needs money for treatment? Please. He's using his sister as an excuse to con money out of me, probably for her birthday. And on our 3-year anniversary, he shows up with some cheap necklace from a street stall. Tacky as hell. I told him to return it, and he had the nerve to give me attitude. Look at himself. Does he really think he's on my level? The next morning, I showed up right on time at the Institute's classified facility. The moment I put on that white coat, I wasn't the Jiang Zhou who used to grovel at Shen Man's feet anymore. I was the genius hacker who once shook the academic world, the one who went off the radar just to take care of his little sister. Director Lee handed me a file. This is Shen Group's latest core tech audit report. They've applied for national project funding, but we suspect the data's been falsified. I took the file. My eyes landed on the words Shen Group. The corner of my mouth curled into a cold smile. No need to suspect anything. Their core algorithm? That's a throwaway draft I scribbled out 3 years ago. Director Lee's eyes went wide. You mean... I flipped through the file, fingertips gliding across the pages. Leave it to me. I'll show them what a real tech barrier looks like. During the lunch break, I powered on my personal phone for the first time since the night before. The second it turned on, dozens of texts and missed calls flooded in, all from Shen Man. Jiang Zhou, you've got some nerve turning your phone off. I already killed your card. Let's see how you survive. You've got 30 minutes to get back here and cook for Xing Yuan. Her stomach can't handle takeout. Come back right now, get on your knees and apologize, and maybe, just maybe, I'll let this one slide. I stared at those smug, condescending messages and felt sick to my stomach. I blocked her number and called a private investigator. Find out who threw my sister into that basement after she got kicked out of the hospital on the 20th of last month. A few minutes later, a blurry security footage clip landed on my phone. The frame froze on Gu Xingyuan's face, that smug, half-smiling look. I stared hard at that fake face on the screen. My nails dug into my palm until they drew blood. In the footage, it was pouring rain. My sister sat in a wheelchair, her bandages soaked through with mud. Gu Xingyuan stood under a black umbrella and signaled 2 bodyguards to shove my sister, wheelchair and all, down the steep ramp into the basement. The chair flipped. My sister slammed into the standing water below. God, it reeks. Lock the door. Don't let her crawl out and offend Manman's eyes. The iron door slammed shut, cutting off any last hope for my sister. I took a deep breath and encrypted the video. This blood debt, I was going to collect every last cent with interest. That afternoon in the Institute's conference room, I was reverse engineering the core algorithm Shen Group had submitted. Director Lee came in with a strange look on his face. Engineer Jiang, someone from Shen Group is here, says she's their tech director and insists on meeting the reviewer in person. I raised an eyebrow. What's the tech director's name? I think it's Gu Xingyuan. I let out a cold laugh. Small world. Send her to meeting room 1. I traded the white coat for a black suit. When I pushed open the door, Gu Xingyuan was sitting with her legs crossed, impatiently sipping coffee like she owned the place. The moment she saw me, she shot to her feet. What are you talking about? What stolen data?